Hey, what's up, everyone? I'm joined by the new CLG mid laner, Damonte. It's time, Tanner, to talk about that last game. It was Cloud9. It was close at the start, and then you guys held on as long as you could. I think you were hovering around like 9-2 for about like 10 minutes, and then big Baron fight happened. What happened in that game to get to that point?
Well, I think the game today was a little bit similar to the game yesterday. I think the game blew up really, really early. Like basically before minute five, we were already playing from the back foot, and I think like when the games are like that, and it's now it happened 2 days in a row, it's a really tough thing to like fight back from because once when things happen in the early game that will like blow up one player's lead so much. Like for instance, right? Like I think the second game, I think bot lane died, and then off of that, now Blabber like just goes in our jungle and takes all of our jungle camps. Now Broxah can't play, so now there's three out of our five members that are just instantly playing on the back foot. I
Yeah.
think the only thing that was even saving us in this game was that Finn got a solo kill, and that my lane was like relatively even, and I got a really good reset around Herald that gave us Herald. And like if those two things didn't happen, this game would have been just like the game yesterday. I mean, honestly, it's like this game was pretty much like the game yesterday, but at least we did a couple things today versus yesterday. We actually did nothing, so
Yeah.
it's tough.
Well, you're the new guy with a new mental. What do you do? What do you say to your teammates, when stuff like that happens?
I've been I've been just trying to reiterate to these guys like, man, like today and yesterday were really tough, so it's hard to like sit there and like say something that these guys won't listen to and be like shut the fuck up, dude. Like we don't want to hear you try to make us feel better, but like
Yeah.
I'm just trying to tell them that we need to really not be focusing on the outcome right now because I think what I'm feeling is that we are a bit too outcome oriented, and because of how the big picture looks right now, it's really messing with our play and really messing with the players' mentals. I think I'm trying to put myself in these guys' shoes, and it's really really I just can't imagine like the stress that they feel because it's been a long year for them. They've been bottom of the standings the whole year, and then now like a roster swap is coming in, and it seems like nothing is really changing, right? But I told them after the game today, I'm just like, guys, like don't even like try to just erase this. And tomorrow we don't even need to think about winning. We just need to think about having a solid game that we can come back to and look at and try to learn from.
Yeah, I never really thought of it as the pressure of playoffs being in your grasp, or in the team's grasp, adversely affecting the team from just good play. And one of the narratives that has been coming around is that CLG is full of of talent that should be performing better. Do you feel like that's a fair assessment now, 2 games in and plus a week of scrims in, that hey, this isn't where we should be. This is just underperforming.
I 100% agree. I mean, even like my last like 2 months that I've been doing like streaming and YouTube and stuff, I did like a whole analysis of the LCS on my own, and I personally ranked CLG higher than they placed in spring.
Mm-hmm.
And my entire thought process was on that was like, this team is full of veterans. This team is full of players that should be better than the teams that have a bunch of rookies on them. And I can't say that I fully grasped or I fully understand why it is that we play as bad as we do yet, but it is something that I'm really trying to figure out, and it's something that you know I really I would feel happy if I just can understand why we're not playing so bad and or why we are playing so bad, and I can't say I know that yet.
For sure, for sure, for sure. I mean, 2 days and 2 matches in, I just kind of want to get your feel on that because from the outside looking in, right? We've only got that a couple of glimpses, and even I've had the opportunity to head on over to the facility and chat with VENN, chat with the org while things were going well, and I was like, dang. Finally, the potential's being achieved. Classic
Yeah.
CLG doesn't seem to be the case now. Now, moving forward, what are your goals here for your next match against Immortals tomorrow? Because again, it just hasn't come off yet in the first 2 games.
Yeah, so I think for team goals, like I just said, I really want the guys to just not think about winning or losing. I think I really just want everyone to be focused on having a solid game. I think our early games have just been way too unstable on stage. Like these 2 games were basically unplayable from early game, and I think as long as we can get like a solid game, right? I literally do not care if we win or lose. Like I don't care if we win or lose these next games. I really just want to have this game be a game that we can go back and look at and find some strengths and weaknesses of what we're doing, how we're communicating, how we move around the map, and really be able to focus on team play stuff. Because the way that these two games went, it's really hard for us to even come back and be like, we could have done XXX as like a team move, and we could have done this to like no, you like to just like extend our lead or make a lead, like something like that, rather than like we look at the game and we're just like, guys, like, the game is already blown up and we don't even get to play. Like that's how it feels. The games today and yesterday, it felt like we weren't even able to play, and yeah, that's it.
When it comes to you specifically, joining CLG, and taking a step back for a little while. I think there was the question like, hey, is this the end of a guy that's gone to Worlds, who's been on the cusp of like NA greatness so many times, not getting another shot. Now you get this other opportunity with CLG. What are you thinking about in terms of your future? Is this like, hey, like now that you're here, you got to see it for a week. Is this a place that you want to be built or you want to build around over at CLG? Is this another thing that you want to keep playing afterwards? You had things going in the content creation space. What about your future so far?
For me, I think I want to be an LCS player as long as I can. I seriously, like, I've been saying that for a long time. I think as long as I can be an LCS player, as long as people think I'm good enough to be an LCS player, I will be an LCS player. And I never, ever felt at one time in my career that I did not deserve to be on the LCS stage. I think that whole time I've been playing LCS, I've always felt really confident in myself. And I think coming into the CLG team, I feel like, I feel like it's hard for me to even feel like it almost feels like there's a lot of it's like a win-win for me to come into this team. I think like the expectations are super, super low for us. I think for myself, I can't say I definitely am not in like my tip top form. I think I was not really expecting to play LCS this summer split, and it feels already good for me. I feel like today I played a lot. I played a lot better than I did yesterday, being the fact that like what was available to be played well as. I think like right. I did as well as I could have, and yeah, man. I mean, I want to be an LCS player as long as I can. I know I still have it, and one thing I saw the power rankings, right, for all the mid laners, and I saw that there was 5 NA mid laners in the bottom 5, and there were 5 EU mid laners in the top 5, and I was like pretty sad seeing that because I generally think if I was just playing this whole LCS year, I would be up there in like top 3, top 4, like somewhere. And it seems like I gotta wait till next year so I can prove that.
Yeah, well, you said it best in the interview with VENN Global. Let me make sure I get this right. It's easy to forget that being a pro gamer is actually really badass. And so you getting another opportunity to do that, live out your dreams, has been great to watch. Hopefully, better luck comes for tomorrow and the rest of the split for you, brother. Thank you for making time for me, Tanner.
Cool. Thank you.